Good day, gamers. My name is Only Trails, and welcome to a beautiful update day. I think I just completely ripped off Tasty's intro. Sorry about that, mate. Did you guys see the Winter Summit? Have you seen the updates we're getting in the first part of this year? God, I'm excited. I'm here to talk about the first one on this beautiful list, and let me tell you, it's such a juicy one. It's perfect to teach you guys endgame combat mechanics, and I'm going to give you a little teaser. Best in slot combat XP. You heard that right, but more on that later. By the way, if you want to find out more about the Winter Summit or you just completely missed it, you can check out the playlist, which is linked in the description. Ooh, I love links in descriptions. I know what you might be thinking. Wait, doesn't this guy only do clue scrolls? What is he gonna know about PvM and this new boss? Well, I got the blog post early, so I had a chance to read over it, so now I can explain it to you guys. I had to do homework. Let's get into it. An utter abomination stirs in the sewers beneath Varrock. Wait, the sewers beneath Varrock? No, don't send me to that place again. Around 3 years ago, I went on a journey for the Bryophytus staff for a master clue step. After 450 kill count, I promised my Twitch chat that I would dye my hair green if I went 500 dry. Safe to say, it happened. Luckily, I did end up getting it, but I went 4 times the drop rate. And now, if you type only trails in the collection log, you'll get 0 Bryophytus essence. But enough about me. Let's focus on the rat boss. Guess I'll man up and go down there again. It's not like I'm gonna go dry on 2 items in the sewers, right? No. Once down there, go instantly east and follow the rats. Right, apparently I can take this boss on solo, or I can bring some friends. If I had any. I imagine if we're hopping on game later, there's gonna be plenty of people just walking around here trying to make new friends to fight this boss with. The problem is, I'm an Iron Man, and Iron Men are
doomed to an eternity of standing alone.
So that means I gotta fight it solo. Iron Man can use the private instance though, so that's pretty nice. But unfortunately, I can't use the public one, because whenever someone hits my Scurrius, I won't get any drops. So I guess I'll get my best gear and get on the main. What? Scurrius the Rat King, or as most of you know him, Dino RS. This boss's main purpose is to introduce mid-level accounts to various PvM mechanics and will attack with all 3 combat styles, so be prepared. Without giving too much away, rest assured that even with Green D'hide, Mystic, and Rune, you'll be more than equipped for the task at hand. However, you are going to need protection prayers. There are moments in this fight where you'll have to flick between styles to protect against the boss's damage. But don't worry, you have enough breathing room between attacks to get these prayers correct. But hold on. I know there's some high-level player already typing a comment about this content potentially being too easy. Remember what I said at the start. Best in slot, combat XP. Boom, baby. Best in slot, combat XP. No more standing still and AFKing at the crabs or nightmare zone. We have a fun, engaging way of training now. And in my professional opinion, that's pretty epic. And don't worry, this will not just apply to melee. As you can see in the clips, you can fight Scurrius with melee, range, or mage. The goal here is to make training more engaging and fun whilst also teaching players valuable mechanics they might come across in the late game. Beefing up the mid-game seems like an amazing way to introduce players to prayer switching, movement, and timing. All things that you will need to do raids, necks, Desert Treasure 2 bosses, and so much more. This is your first step to getting your first Twisted Bow. But let's see how the combat XP compares to the current meta. Mage and Range had best in slot training methods for ages now, with barraging and chins in the Monkey Madness 2 tunnels. So with this update, we're trying to make this compatible for melee. But as I said, you can also train the other 2 combat styles. But again, I know what you're thinking. Well, XP is great and all, but what are the rewards? Well, more XP. Scurrius has one primarily unique drop. The Rat Spine. This can be combined with various weapons to create the Rat Bone weaponry. A Rat Spine 35 fletching and a used short bow will give you the Bone Bow. A Rat Spine 35 smithing and a Rune Mace will get you the Bone Mace. And the Rat Spine 35 crafting and a Battle Staff will give you the Bone Staff. The Rat Bone weaponry will increase your max hit by 10 on all rats. This obviously means that if you were to normally max a 20 on a Goblin, which is not possible, but hey, you get the point, you'll be hitting a 30 on Scurrius. This will make your XP gains even faster. The staff will act like a charged weapon, and you will need Chaos Runes to charge it. The other 2 are free of charge, and you can use them as much as your heart desires. But what if you already have all of these, and you get another Rat Spine? Well, more XP, dude. Who would have guessed? You can trade any excess rat spines to the NPC just outside the boss's lair for 5,000 XP in any combat skill or 3.5k prayer XP. But it's not only rat spines. You'll also be getting level appropriate supplies like food, runes, arrows, and the odd potion drop or two just to get you to keep grinding. But make sure to manage your expectations because the content is designed for level 60 and above, so don't be expecting Snapdragon Seeds or Saradomin Brews left and right. But what is there for the high level player that already has plenty of XP? Well, let's just say it would be smart to make some room in your menagerie, since you might find yourself having a funny feeling or two while fighting Scurrius. And since this boss is highly grindable, especially if you get any of the bone weapons, I'd imagine a couple of people might snap their very first PvM pet with this one. You know what? Maybe it's a good idea to look closer into the clips and check if there's some mechanics that you might recognize and that might help you kill the boss. I'll also try and draw some parallels to endgame PvM to see how this could help you in the future. The first thing I noticed is that Scurrius has 3 heads, all of them being color-coded. I'm assuming the blue one is a mage head, but you never know. Jagex could always hit us with the old switcheroo. But judging by a lot of endgame color coding, this one will probably do mage. Occasionally, there will also be debris falling from the sky. These are easily visible by looking at the dust falling from the ceiling or the shadows on the floor. This mechanic has been used in plenty of endgame PvM encounters like the Olm crystals falling or the final phase of Leviathan from Desert Treasure 2. It teaches you how to move while also making sure you have the correct prayer up. Like I said though, with this boss you'll have plenty of time to react, and this will prepare you for the massive challenges later down the line in your account's journey. It seems like in certain parts of the fight, Scurrius will also run away from the fight. It might be because he's super scared of your impeccable PvMing ability, but I think there's a slightly bigger chance that he's just hungry and craves for some cheese that's conveniently placed in the area. This cheese will heal him, and once again this draws a great parallel to Tecton within the Chambers of Zarek, who doesn't eat cheese but smashes his anvil to heal. This once again teaches you pacing of fights and acts like a bit of a DPS check to see if your gear is up to par to kill these bosses before they go and heal. But it doesn't even stop there. Scurrius also has some electricity attack and throws poison clouds at us. Man, how many mechanics are we going to have to face for a mid-game boss? On top of that, there's rats constantly attacking you, and that will probably chip away at our health slowly. So would it be smart to kill these, or maybe flick back to protect from melee once we've successfully blocked a major range attack? I guess we're gonna have to find out. I'm genuinely excited to get a first taste of this boss, and even though I can't yet figure out how these 3 heads work, I'm sure we'll get the hang of it in a couple minutes. So what are you waiting for? Get in game. So in about a week's time, when we've all mastered Scurrius, maybe it's time to take those skills into Vorkath or Zulrah, or maybe even your first Tombs of Amasket. Even for those really confident players, I challenge you to do the Theater of Blood, but maybe start with entry mode. Everything is possible, and this could be the start of your PvMing journey. You think I'm over-exaggerating, but I believe in you. A massive thank you to Jagex for letting me host this video, and thank you for watching it. If you enjoy Clue Scrolls or Hardcore Iron Man content, feel free to check out my channel. But now it's time to get in game and slay this boss, because it's available right now. See you in the sewers.
No dinos were hurt in the making of this video.